It's alumni night for my NBA dance team, so get ready with me while I tell you about my experience as an NBA dancer in Charlotte. Starting with the fact that one of my favorite games was the last game of the season of COVID. And we had a Dreamville halftime with artist Lute West, Gold Mouth, if you will, and it was one of the hypest halftime performances we'd ever done. We won the game. It was Houston Rockets versus the Hornets. That's a rivalry that has just existed quietly. We won the game. Great halftime performance. Great energy in the building. And yeah, that's one of my favorite dances. Another one of my favorite experiences as a honeybee was the year that we got to go to China. A group of 6 of us went to China and we had a blast. It was the year I told you that they celebrated my birthday, but I didn't really tell you what China was like. Going to China with the NBA made me want to go with the NBA everywhere because of the experiences that they had for us. Aside from working and being dancers and having to do appearances and whatnot, they made sure that we actually got to see and get involved with the culture, and I thought that was the coolest part about the whole trip. Yes, we were performing, love to perform, but being able to dive into their culture and learn different things. Like we tried to learn Mandarin, and where we were doing a commercial while we were there, and us trying to learn how to speak this language was probably the wildest experience because we all sucked at it, but it was just fun to like learn something new, and so we had a blast like really diving in with that. Also, I've said this before, and I think we all know, I worked for an organization when at the time we were not necessarily a winning organization, so we made the show, but going to China showed me how much people in China love the NBA because the number of Hornets fans we would see when we were doing like appearances in the streets and different places, people with random jerseys on, and we're like, whoa, people care about our team over here. Like on any given day in Charlotte, you're not going to see anybody walking around with a Hornets jersey on. I'm sorry. It's very rare if you ever see that unless there is a game. Meanwhile, in China, people were on random days just walking around with Hornets jerseys on. I thought that was so cool. Another super cool thing I loved about working for the Hornets is we were an NBA team that did every genre of dance that we were talented with, and that included tap. I love tap. Tap is my first heart as a dancer. And we did tap routines every year, multiple times a year on the court, and it always made my little tapper heart so happy. I'll even say that one of my favorite halftimes we ever did as an alumni, or this is before I was an alumni, was a Beyonce halftime. It was just so empowering, so just hype, so lit, such great energy from all the alumni, from the current bees. Like we really just like brought the house down, and I believe that was one of those moments where there were so many of us on the court, so many of us making a statement of being strong, confident, powerful women, impactful people, and the audience's response to that particular routine was just incredible, and I love that moment. Don't forget to blend your makeup, okay? Another interesting moment that I will never forget is the year we beat the Golden State Warriors in December, and that was a game to remember. We got new uniforms that game. It was our first city night, I believe, and also the night that a fan smashed my car in the car garage. I'm not kidding you guys. I literally thought I had gotten punked because I walked out of this game after, I can't remember if we went into overtime. I just remember it being super lit. And we stayed a little longer in the locker room, just like celebrating the win and being excited. And I go outside to my car at like 10:30, and the whole front end of my car is off. And I'm like, ugh. Mind you, I had to go to work at 5 a.m. the next morning. One of my favorite things about being an NBA dancer versus dancing on tour with somebody is the community service involvement that we always had. And I had an obsession with going to the children's hospital and volunteering and being there and just seeing kids and making them smile and having a good time with them and playing games and stuff. That always brought me so much joy. Another super cool thing about my team is our variety of genres that we would perform. And I'll say that I loved getting into character and doing different musical theater type styles to entertain. And for whatever reason, our crowd really loved the Polar Express. So we have this running joke with the Polar Express that never gets old. I don't have my regular game day lashes today, but I have this beat, so we're just gonna make it work today. Actually, I'm not gonna film myself with my lashes on because that's a process. But all this to say, another one of my favorite experiences about being a dancer for the Charlotte Hornets is the sisterhood that I developed. I grew up in a house of men. My dad and my 2 brothers. My mom passed away when I was 8 years old, and so I didn't have many women that I was around unless I was dancing. And the community of women that I was surrounded by for all of my years as a dancer in the NBA is something that you can never take for granted. And not just with my teammates in Charlotte, but I made so many teammates throughout the league, from all the way to Charlotte to Golden State to DC to New York. My best friend danced for Brooklyn Nets for years, and it's like that community you can't just get anywhere. We're all just a big NBA dance family, and that to me is so incredible. But then building this brand, the Go Brazy Energy brand, and having so much support from all of these dancers nationwide, like you just can't make that stuff up. And I'm so blessed and so thankful to have been with the organization when I was and met all the people that I met when I did, because without you, Go Brazy wouldn't exist. And I'm just so blessed to head into alumni tonight with a full heart, happy soul, and ready to get it on the dance floor. Let me put on my lashes real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, lashes check. And I believe that's all. I'm gonna get ready, like finish getting ready. And it's alumni night, and I have a premiere in 8 days.